before BCG, if I could ask, why BCG? Why not perhaps McKinsey, Bain, any of the other consulting firms out there? How do you compare the one against?
So I only really looked at BCG and McKinsey. They were the best, I believe that. And so I interviewed with both of them. I got offers from both, so I was fortunate enough in that sense. And what really made the difference to me was the people. And also I felt like I could really be myself at BCG much more than at McKinsey. And this is not throwing shade on McKinsey. They're a big, great, famous consulting firm. So they are that. But for me, my sense was there was more of a profile of a McKinsey person, whereas no real profile on a BCG person. There are a lot of different people and who have their own personality and way of working and all that. And I like that because I can be a little bit different. And I also believe that when people get together and there are a lot of differences, that's not necessarily the easiest environment, but it's the best environment in terms of what the potential is. And that's why BCG.
So what I'm taking from this is that BCG allows you the space to exercise your individuality. Is that a fair description?
That's right.
Right. And I'm assuming this is the New York office for BCG.
So I started out in the DC office. I went to, I give you another piece about, I still wasn't totally sold on consulting. So I went to business school in Maryland, and that's where Digix was, also in Maryland. So I started business school not thinking that I would finish business school, that I would just do a year and then get back into industry, but it turned out to be great. And then I went into BCG in Maryland. So I stayed local there, and then when there was talk about a New Jersey office, which is where I grew up and my wife grew up as well, we connected with people who were starting that up, and I moved up to be one of the first people in the New Jersey office.
Right. So is your entire career at BCG at the New Jersey office following that?
The vast majority of it. So again, the first 2 years were DC, and then the rest of it was in New Jersey.
New Jersey. So what is the culture like at the office? Is it like you already described part of it? It's open, you're free to exercise your individuality. Any other things that really struck when you joined and when you were part of it?
Yeah, so I would say a few things, probably the obvious. A lot of smart people, got a lot of intellectual curiosity, like to take on problems, figure out what's going on, figure out a better way. So there's a lot of brain power that's going on and wanting to figure things out. So that's part of it for sure. The other piece is, though, like we talked about, there's a lot of individuality and room to be yourself. I thought that was really important to me. And then the last piece that I think is important is that the people at BCG generally are really humble and nice people to work with. And the work is not easy, and people aren't nice all the time because it can be challenging. But in their core, most of the people are just really genuinely nice, humble people and great to work with. And that meant a lot to me.
That seems like a great work environment to me.
It was. It's not easy, and travel is another obvious thing that's not for everybody, but it was terrific for me for sure.